Well, everybody, we're back for the second day in a row to record with EliteAri, and again, we are talking about the Crucible. Everybody's super excited. We didn't get to talk about everything last time, so here we are, sitting here in the same place about 24 hours later to talk about the Crucible again. Abigail Williams, not Thorne, EliteAri. She's great, right?
Yeah. She's the most beautiful to ever beautiful or something, right?
Yes, she's evil and we love her. Speaking about evil, EliteAri, what a transition. We're actually not talking about the Crucible today, sadly.
Oh, we got him.
We're talking about some weeb bullshit, and we got an evil bitch of our own. She's got dark hair too. You know, it's all connected. Chainsaw Man just is an allegory for the Crucible. Remember when we talked about allegory all that much? I don't think I just used it correctly, however. We got a chef bitch on a rampage, and then she got shot, and then she got chainsawed. What a crazy chapter.
And she's beautiful too.
Yeah. I don't know, it's starting to freak me out that this fucking face doesn't move. In my head, because, you know, it's manga and stuff, it ain't moving. We don't have motion here, sadly. If only we did. Because sometimes I just assume in my head, oh, the mouth's closed, but it moves when she talks. But it doesn't, EliteAri. It's just some fucking decapitated head she's carrying around. It's freaking me out.
Pretty cool.
She's not even pretty. It's a lie.
No, she's pretty. We saw her back this time. We have the whole. We understand her anatomy fully now.
That was interesting. I didn't note that. And don't get me excited by talking about backs. She had clothes on, EliteAri.
All right, sorry.
You fucking pervert.
Not in her arms.
So I guess we just did overall thoughts. It was another Chainsaw Man chapter. Exactly what you would expect.
This time I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have anything to talk about. We'll see.
You know, I was more confident in this one than last one and having stuff to talk about. But then we bloviated for fucking, what did we do, an hour on that fucking chapter last time? Hold on, I'm looking it up. Vamp for me, EliteAri. Talk about something while I tab over.
Yep, Chainsaw Man. We recorded this intro twice because Kyle he coughed or something and I couldn't hear it.
Yeah,
he freaked out.
Right. And they don't need to know. 47 minutes we did last week. That's nearly an hour. I'm sure we can get to 20 at least. But this bitch, she's strolling down the
stalling like this.
Yeah, see, I was just picking up space and EliteAri interrupted me, and that's why the video's long shot. It's his fault. This bitch strolling down the street. She's collecting eyes and ears. This reminded me of something, EliteAri. And that's as vague as I'm going to get. I mean, as specific as I'm going to get.
Something in Chainsaw Man?
No, something else. There's a scene where it's kind of just like the delayed reaction type thing of we sort of see them and we see the blood on them, but they haven't reacted yet. I guess the girl on the side, just the front guy hasn't reacted yet. And it's sort of like the delayed, ooh, you see the slash, and then it might be in slow motion. And then
I feel like it's in a million things.
Yeah, it's in a million things. I wasn't being specific, as I said.
Okay.
But yeah, just this is another fucking filmism. But yes, she's shopping with ears and stuff, and it's funny, EliteAri. You agree?
Yep. And of course, the chapter title, Apple Thief.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice
what's
again.
That going to be about, you know?
But yes, great joke later. But then she ends up in a supermarket, and it did make me laugh out loud. Excuse me, do you have any apple variety that goes with human flesh? What a funny line.
Yep.
You know, Chainsaw Man is so unique, all right? EliteAri, get ready for this one.
All right.
This joke is some Lamau random Reddit humor. It's terrible. But for whatever reason, because it's in Chainsaw Man, and it's in a Chainsaw Man context, and because of all the little details, it made me laugh out loud.
Yes.
Agree or disagree?
I completely understand.
Okay,
no, I agree.
All right.
I'm starting to understand a little bit.
Yeah.
Something later on as well. I think the whole Apple thing, some line with that. I think I understand.
There are two approaches to get ready for this on EliteAri. There are two approaches to media analysis. Not just two, but of the two approaches, two spring to mind when reconciling with such a detail as this and explaining why the difference between how this joke could work and couldn't work. And these two different types of media analysis spring to mind. There's sort of a Miller-esque where he comes from on the internet, where we love Kraftwerk, where I bring him up all the time. I love him too. And that sort of side of the internet where they're very strict on evidence-based, discussion. And now EliteAri, right before we were recording, was making fun of people who think Mikasa is in some sort of time loop something, and they have no evidence for it. So he was kind of embodying that earlier.
Yep.
But because I love them so much, these Craft Dwarf fellas. What a smart bunch of people. They're extremely charitable to these shonen things that people make fun of all the time. What a fresh perspective on everything. But then I feel like this is sort of a fundamental flaw with their approach, is that I don't think for them you could ever explain, and because Miller, if he was listening now, which he probably is, and he's going to get mad because I'm going to psychoanalyze him now, and he's going to say it's not true. But the truth doesn't really matter here. Something Miller might say, see, I'm being couching my language here, would be that, like, no, it's just funny and don't overthink it or something. You know how he says that there's no layers to Chainsaw Man, layers are cringe. Well, sometimes he does the cop-out thing where he just says, oh yeah, this is really fun talking about layers all the time. That's my Miller voice. It changed. I was doing a Miller voice before for EliteAri again off stream, but it's changed.
Yep.
But, like, there's layers to it, EliteAri. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the middle ground where I'm like, I see there's layers, but I don't think that's what makes it good.
Yeah.
I think the anime is good because, you know, layers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. The I kind of lost my train of thought because I didn't. My conclusion was not the layers thing. The problem with that type of strictly literary, like literal analysis, I think, is that it could ignore subtext that isn't incredibly obvious, and kind of It doesn't account for sort of intrinsic sort of, I guess, psychological conventions where like it's doing a very literal analysis of something, and this is like the most obvious example, is like you could never account for sarcasm because it could be obvious to everybody that a character is saying something sarcastically. But I guess to backtrack, all right, this is a stupid tangent. We're speeding things up, right? We're not going to spend all day on this. But, like, their sort of approach is that, like, to say anything or claim anything about a series, and they're also like this with sort of authorial intent, where they're like, don't attribute anything as a reference to anything unless there's an interview with the author directly stating that, like, oh, this is, like, if you think something is a Berserk reference in something, unless the author is actually in an interview said that they've read Berserk, they might not necessarily have to say directly that this is directly a reference to Berserk, but unless they've been asked the question, who are your manga influences? And they say, Kentaro Miura, I love Berserk, bro. Then you shouldn't say things like that. That's sort of one of their tenets. And so it's like a very strict, like, these must be, like, borne out and proven. Now, this is a response, I think, to a lot of people, like, the sort of cringe, everything is a Berserk, everything is a JoJo reference crowd, and sort of the narratives that build there. So, yeah, I think my point here is that, what was my point again? Excuse me, do you have any apples that pairs with human flesh? That it isn't just a dumb, like, there's just part of it that intrinsically, you get it, EliteAri, and you got it too. So I must be right. So it's just like, you get it, that it's funny, but it's not funny for obvious or literal reasons. It's something, it's the essence of it that jumps out at you, EliteAri. It's not all literal. It's not foundational. Are you following?
Okay, let me clarify, because
Yes,
maybe we
this is my
like it for
favorite
different
part.
reasons, or maybe we like it for the same reason. So I don't know. But when I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, there's a dead devil, strong, beautiful chef woman holding an apple in a shop called RG Supermarket or something. And she says, excuse me, do you have an apple variety that pairs well with human flesh? So if this was in another series, I'd be like, okay, this is their attempt at comedy. I'd be like, okay, that was really bad. But because it's Chainsaw Man and it's a ridiculous situation, but at the same time, I know that this is quality storytelling here. And I know that Fujimoto, the author of this series, so I don't care because, author intent doesn't matter, because I know he is funny, because of, past jokes in Chainsaw Man. I'm like, this has to be funny. But he wouldn't be that bad to, like, make a dumb joke. So clearly this is funny.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, yeah, it is funny. Even though I didn't really, find it funny initially, but the context makes it funny. And I'm like, I guess it is. Chainsaw Man, it is funny.
Yeah,
this
that's
line is funny.
Basically that's the essence of what I was saying, I think. We're bringing the essence word again. But yeah, I think it is a layered thing. Again, the layers, I didn't actually intend to bring up the layers here. And this isn't the layers from the appeal. This is completely different layers. Keep up. Because there is part of it that's like, there is part of it that could be corny in the, oh, it's so random. Like, haha, crazy demon girl is doing average mundane thing. Isn't that funny? And it's like, this fucking hack simple juxtaposition, not funny. But there is something more to it. And it's because it's Chainsaw Man. And it is built off like all the previous goodwill, I guess, that the series has built up, or Fujimoto has built up. But I think even singularly, just you read this chapter completely out of context, I think you would still, to me, I think it's like a fundamental essence of the pictures here, where it connects for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. How about this? If you were to get your mum to read this, who knows nothing about anime and manga or whatever, do you think she'd find that funny?
No.
And would she find it funny for the same reason as you if she did?
Well, I don't know if she would find it funny, but I don't think it would be the same reason. I think I got to the fundamental point about the two different things. Is one is very layered out and you can follow each point, and that's sort of the Kraftsdorf, potentially Miller sort of side of looking at things. And then there's the other one, which sounds like a moron like me explaining what I just explained. But the point is that like it doesn't have to be layered out through evidence. It's just like intrinsic, and it like you get it because for whatever reason, humans can connect to each other in some wacky way by showing images, and we all perceive them kind of in similar ways, and then it resonates. The thing about the mother thing is actually really interesting, because I think it's not all humans that resonate in this way. It's sort of, you have to have sort of the media background to have seen a few things and to have seen something that's done this poorly to sort of understand. So it is but the fundamental point is that most people that are reading Chainsaw Man will be in this camp. And most people, especially in this sphere, I think would be in that same camp. So it is more complicated. But yeah, what a fucking stupid tangent to do at the beginning, huh? But this is what I was thinking of when reading it. I was like, how funny. But breaking it down, how silly. But I was laughing, EliteAri, literally out loud. I chuckled. Did you chuckle?
I don't know. I was at work. I read this in my little cubicle.
The point is, both sides agree that it's funny, EliteAri, and that's all that matters.
We only have representation from one side, I feel. But okay.
Fuck the other side. We don't give. They don't get to.
Who cares what they
here.
think?
Yeah. Did you just get a Destiny notification, EliteAri? Because I did.
No, I don't get notifications.
Okay, crazy. That would have been a funny. That would have been a. What do you call those?
And I hate Destiny.
True.
What a loser that guy is.
I haven't got to the Destiny portion of EliteAri's recent media digest that everybody can go and watch on the OrdinaryAri channel. But there's a whole fucking section at the end on Destiny. I'm sure that'll be fun.
Yeah.
He also shit talks the Berserk movies, gave them 4 out of 10s, like a fucking 4 out of 5s, like a fucking coward. But that's besides the point. This bitch is on the roof, EliteAri. She's floating, and it's funny because she's in a pose and it's silly and she's scared and stuff. And then why did she? Is this racist, EliteAri? Why did she say I'm Schwari like this? Was what's going on?
All right, you notice how she's like sweating and crying upward. It's because her force is upward and her tongue is like being pushed back into her mouth or something, I would assume.
But do you think if this was to be, do you think in the English dub they're going to do a racist Asian accent and do it?
Absolutely not. No, there's no way you're talking about.
But yeah, it was like, but yeah, I did think that it was probably.
I see your point.
The upward force, but I was like, man, what are we doing here, Fujimoto? He's self-hating out here or something.
Yeah.
Now, did she kill this girl? Oh dear, please relax. Unless you attack me first, I mean you no harm. But that's not true all the time. She was stealing people's fucking eyes and shit. And then she was killing all those people by making them fall. They didn't all do her harm. I guess she just means to this girl. Crazy.
Yeah.
Unless you attack.
Well, she probably just thinks very little of it. Oh, it did sound like she left her, like let her live, and then she turned around. She's like, oh, actually, I need some blood for sauce or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then the people shot her, so I mean, she probably got to survive. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, about those apples, what a funny thing.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Wait, what reference is that?
Wait, have you seen Good Will Hunting?
I have not.
It's not a reference at all. Okay, don't worry. People who get it will be like, that doesn't fit. That's not the same thing. I know.
Is there something with apples? Because I was about to make a DBZ
Yeah.
abridged
There's like a
reference.
famous line from Apples. I mean, DBZ is probably referencing Good Will Hunting. What's the DBZA thing?
No, it's not about apples. I was just thinking like this type of joke, this oh so random, but it's actually kind of funny humor. And we were talking about this with the apples, and it is sort of here with the sort of dynamic she has with the victim here. It kind of reminds me of the perfect cell dynamic with the
yeah.
What do you call those people that have cameras? Cameramans. I know them.
Yep.
Yeah, it reminded me of some DBZ abridged joke, and I actually figured it out. What a fucking god I am.
What type of voice do you think this falling devil has? What do you think they sound like?
It is, I think it's sort of an elegant woman's voice. Oh, what if it was a man's voice in the woman head? That would be a neat little bit of juxtaposition.
Like, what if it was like a perfect cell voice? That'd be interesting.
I guess that would...
No, that'd be a bit too deep. I don't know.
Slightly fit, I guess. But it is sort of... the woman version of Perfect Cell is, from DBZ Abridged, that is kind of what I was thinking. Where it's sort of like a very confident, seemingly high class, but kind of fucking crazy tinge to it, you know? You know those voices? I know those voices.
Well, I don't know. For me, I feel like it's like a masculine, but like feminine voice. I don't know how to say it. It's like a deeper feminine voice or something. I don't know. It reminds me of a character from Demon Slayer, but I don't even remember what character. And I don't even remember if it's Demon Slayer, but for some reason I think of it. So I don't know.
Yeah, how dare you not remember what it
all my
reminds you of
demons
EliteAri.
heads out there. Yeah.
I'd never.
Yeah, sorry.
I'd never do such a thing.
Right.
What a drink. Then she's outside, she turns around, she forgot. Oh my god, what a silly woman, she forgot the thing. Haha. More of the humor.
Oh my god, I just realized, Kyle.
What?
Look at this. She went into the RG store, and in the first one it says liquor and like pharmacy or something in English. And then when she walks outside, it says it in Japanese. Oh my god, they forgot to translate it.
Oh,
so
okay.
great.
So,
Anyway.
So do they change, when they're doing the translation, do they change the signs and shit too?
I mean, I wouldn't assume so, because I'm pretty sure that it must have been Fujimoto who, like, unless that's something wrong with this, isn't there? Surely he would have noticed that, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are
Maybe
there
it is a
bikes out the
translation
front
thing. I
in
got
this
no
one?
idea.
I don't see the bikes either. Maybe it's a different store.
Yeah, maybe it is a different store. But then, I mean, it's implied that she's walking out the same store, right?
Yeah, I definitely thought she was walking out the same store. And she's got her little bag there and she's holding it all funny. God, what a funny thing this Chainsaw Man is. I forgot she doesn't even say blood here, or does she say that later? The recipe for the sauce calls for a man's head. So maybe this bitch is still alive.
Oh, man's head. Okay. No, that makes sense.
And then we do see her character design from the back, and there's the weird hand things going on, and the weird like claw, tail. What are these things, EliteAri? Look like insect fucking legs.
Arms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Arms and legs. Praying mantises have both.
Or like the legs of the spider devil, Princey.
Yeah, I guess. And then she's asking politely for somebody to spare them their head. But you can't ask for that politely because then they'll be dead. That rhymed. Did you hear that one, EliteAri? That was unintentional. I only realized like 2 seconds before saying it that it was going to rhyme. Yeah, I do this every week, you know. Wait, EliteAri, are we doing this again next week, or are we doing it in 2 weeks?
Yes, we are. 7 days, the next chapter.
Oh my goodness. He's just pumping them out right now. And then we pumped this bitch full of lead, EliteAri. God, I'm good today. Because we opened fire. From multiple angles, she gets all shot up. It is cool.
Yeah,
like the
like
first time you see
safety.
it, you're like, oh, it actually did damage to her. Now you don't think this bitch is dead because Lamau, she's strong and stuff and a primal fear, but they did shoot
that's not
her.
her body.
Oh yeah, something like that too. But yeah, then what happens to EliteAri? Well, this is awkward. It's impossible to kill me with any means of attack humanity presently possesses. Meaning that in the
Isn't
future
that crazy,
they could.
Kyle?
Is it because they got
Time
rid of the
travel,
fucking
Kyle.
nukes? Fuck the time
I'm
devil.
telling you.
The
Yoshida's gonna come in and he'll be like, oh yeah, any means humanity currently possesses, but I'm from the future and I have this like new technology. It's gonna be great.
my octopus
wait,
arm
they're setting it up.
isn't even a devil. It's a robot. No, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
So Chainsaw Man ate the nukes. Would a nuke kill this and the Darkness Devil EliteAri? Yes, no. They're pretty strong, these nukes, I hear.
I honestly don't know because like I have no idea. Like it depends on how you kill it. How like this thing doesn't really have a body is the thing. Like
yeah, is this a perfect cell situation where if there's one little cell, get it, Lamau, it'll regenerate, but if we nuked it, don't they use nukes on Cell? Isn't that part of the thing when all those helicopters attack him? That might be a filler episode, huh? But remember that scene?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Vaguely.
Yeah, but the nukes don't hurt DBZ characters because they're stronger than the Darkness Devil. But yeah. So could a nuke kill Chainsaw Man? But these are 90s nukes, remember? Because we're only in the 90s around here. But and Chainsaw Man must have eaten it a while ago. So was Chainsaw Man fearful of fucking nukes, and that's why he had to...
You know what I think? Like, thinking about it a little bit. I reckon if a little explosion, like, big enough to, say, cover, like, like the size of a car or something, if that's not going to work, I don't think a nuke's going to work. Like, I don't think there's that much of a meaningful difference in, like, the power, I guess, to destroy a devil like this, you know?
But don't nukes, like, dissolve people's particles or something? I don't know anything about nukes or science.
Maybe they're like really hot and they're like have a lot more energy than a normal bomb.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they got a lot of energy. I don't know anything.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't do the science past grade 10 and I stopped listening in like grade 7. So I don't know what a sedimentary rock is.
Nuclear fission or something. You get the two sides of the Fat Boy nuke bomb or whatever and they come together and boom. But you got to be like high in the sky so you survive or something. I don't know.
I know the Fat Boy is what they called one of the bombs they dropped on one of the Japanese cities, but I know that because history is fun and cool. Science fucking sucks, and so I don't know anything about fissures or nuclears or whatever the fuck you just said. The point is, a nuke's going to kill him, and that's why Chainsaw Man got rid of him. Though you would think the nuke devil, if it could hurt Chainsaw Man, would have beaten Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, but he's special. Nothing can kill him.
But wouldn't the nuke devil have taken over hell if he could kill them with one nuke? So I guess the nukes can't kill an EliteAri.
Well, the nuke devil might not be able to control nukes, right?
I guess. Really weak. The shark devil doesn't control sharks. Or maybe it does, and we just never saw him around another maybe. Shark.
We never saw the shark devil.
Yeah, just the fiend, huh? Fuck. I had something to further... Oh, it would have to be a nuke devil man. That's what we call him. But fucking... That dumb bitch Reese looked like she was just a bomb, though. Like, but her head looked pretty nuke, right? I guess not, probably.
Yeah, her head feels familiar, but I don't know what it was. Yeah. Sounds like Femto, a little bit.
Like Femto?
Oh, like when Femto's first born, you know?
I guess I kind of get it, yeah. I kind of see it, I guess, yeah. But then she also says, I'd prefer to avoid meaningless slaughter. Won't somebody spare me a head? Oh, yeah, we already said that one. She was funny. But then she gets shot again. Oh, this is actually interesting because then
did you think the Kishibe was going to show up?
Oh, I did for a second. Yeah, I had the exact same thought. I was like, oh, here he comes, because it's all like the Devil Safety. Oh, because it's just like the Makima. I don't know. It felt just like the Makima stuff. Did they shoot her? Yeah, but it was with machine guns, huh? And then they all killed themselves. Remember that? The coolest part of all time. The Makima Death Squad was a suicide pact. Oh my god, those brave men and women. They died for nothing, but boy, was it cool. Oh, something I wanted to ask now. We got our first of a few, I think 3 double-page spreads here. All in a week. Crazy. Hold on, I gotta yawn a little. Calm down.
Nice.
Calm down.
Take your time.
Oh, do you know what these fucking... No, don't tell me yet. Tell me afterwards what these sound effect signs mean. What do they call them? Katakanas or something? I watch Naruto, right? They talk about that a little bit. Kanji.
Wait, you want me to tell you or what?
No, hold on. I'm going to say what I think they are,
Okay.
and then you're going to spoil my fucking mood by telling me that's not what it is. Now, she's making things rise. Now, initially when I saw it, I'm like, oh, big explosion. And that's how she makes things go up, because their powers aren't exactly clear. But I think it would be cooler if it's like almost silent, and this is in a movie or something. So Fujimoto's probably seen it just like me, because he's so smart, as we've already established, and we're on the same wavelength, and he's connecting with me, particularly when he's talking about apples and these jokes and oh so random humor. You remember. So I think what's happening is she just points at something and then it slowly crumbles, but there's a lot of destruction, but the noise almost juxtaposes it with how not loud it is. Now, is it a loud sound effect, EliteAri?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh my goodness, what a hack.
Wait, I mean, if I were to guess, it looks like the character "o" in katakana, but I mean, I don't know, maybe it's something
Now, what
else.
does that onomatopoeia mean? Remember those onomatopoeia?
I mean, it says "woo" under it in English, so I would assume that, right?
Wait, it doesn't
Are we
say that
talking
on
about the same
manga
thing?
C? Yeah, it's like the car one, and there's a building, right?
Yeah, on the top right, big giant
Oh yes, I
letter,
see it.
it says "woo," so I would assume that's, I don't know why, but I mean, that's probably what it
Yeah,
roughly means.
probably. But yeah, so what did you think? Was it loud?
I didn't even see this. I never see these sound effect things for some reason, unless it's like a headache from Mikasa or something.
Well,
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know if, because that was like
I
irrelevant.
assumed it's like
because I was
it's
like,
just
oh, this probably
slowly
contradicts
falling.
me.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like slowly drifting up, and it's like,
it's like it's like a Mob Psycho thing for those who've seen Mob Psycho. That's kind of what I pictured.
what the fuck have I seen?
But
it in
not
then,
relevant to
EliteAri,
you.
right?
So
I don't know. I'm not going to be able to figure it out. But yeah. Plus, you get to realize you're floating up to hell or whatever because it's so slow. Now, that's scary, EliteAri. That's a fear right there. But it's not falling.
yeah,
Well, I guess it's
the
falling
sky
up,
goes
but-
dark.
Yeah, the sky's dark and stuff.
It wasn't like that like a minute ago.
Mm-hmm. Wait, was it? If we scroll up, was it? I guess, yeah.
Yeah, look at the guy
Oh,
shooting.
when she does her power, I guess, is probably when it goes dark. Oh, yeah. I figured it
Yeah.
out. And then this prick is going up, and then she slashes him. How's she slashing people?
Her
I
little
guess-
arm things.
Yeah, something like that.
You see it in the first page when she's taking ears and stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. How did it reach all the way up there? I guess she floated him down to her? Or maybe they just extend
I don't know.
infinitely. It's like the power
She could be
pump.
really fast.
Yeah. She does look pretty fast in that opening page too. But she gets the fucking head, and then I scroll down and I see the chainsaw before I read the image of the text above. Did you also do that?
No, actually, I don't think I did. I read like, yeah. I even paused on this page when I saw the chainsaw though, because I was like, I even like I saw this. I saw the chainsaw. Like I didn't see it initially when I read it like you did, but I saw it, and I went to my notes and I was like, okay, is this gonna be the real Chainsaw Man or is this gonna be that fake copycat Chainsaw Man?
Okay.
And in my note, I was like, this is definitely the fake one because Fujimoto would subvert this. There's no way it's actually.
I didn't
Denji.
even think about that at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, in the we like to defend reading manga by scrolling in the Kyle Entertainment household. But I guess this works against it. Because when I was scrolling through, you scroll and you see the page, but then you also see that there's a double page spread underneath because you see the little bit beneath and you're like, oh, it's
Sure,
definitely
yeah.
an action panel. So I'm like, oh. So that also tipped me off that old Chainsaw Man, big action panel. He's gonna fucking stab her, bro.
Right.
So yeah.
I read this on my phone once again, so I was going page left, right, whatever.
Why do I hate reading it like that, EliteAri? Why?
I mean, I don't like it either. I mean, I like it for the analysis you can make, like page.
Yeah,
turns
because you can do
report or
page
whatever,
turns, but
don't
I
like
guess
reading
it's
it like
it's
that.
probably the loading, right? It takes like, even if it is just like a brief second, it usually does. It's usually not like immediately there. And if you're scrolling down, it always
I don't
is
know.
immediately there.
It's always there for me.
Yeah, fucking American fucking internet over here. But yeah, because I remember I read some of Vinland Saga like that, and probably because that's like the first manga I read after I had been reading Attack on Titan and Berserk. But yeah, after that I think I changed because I was reading Berserk the first time through on some fucking wacky websites with terrible translations and terrible text and terrible image quality. So I wasn't being picky or choosy with my preferred. It's not like how it is nowadays, you know, with manga, seeing it has everything looking all pretty. But but yeah.
Yeah, or the Shonen Jump app. Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's a fucking Shonen Jump. Never heard of it. There's a reason, right? That's what I was trying to establish there. All that remains is to make Isamitica. Remember how, like, in those first reviews, I always used to fuck up her name? That was funny. And some people say I still fuck up her name, but you don't say the R word here. And the dish will be complete. Why does this bitch want to kill Isamitica? How come, EliteAri? How come we still don't know this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. I mean, we theorized. I thought this chapter would be a Yoru backstory, but it wasn't. So,
yeah, I thought we were going to fucking hell, but this bitch just left him there and came back. So that was disappointing for like a page until I got into the rest of it. But yes, Denji shows up and she says, "You stole those apple thief." Get it? It's funny. It's oh so random because he's not getting mad at her for the correct reasons, EliteAri. Stealing apples isn't a bad thing, but killing all those people and causing all this destruction and being really scary and stuff, there's like 3 layers of juxtaposition here, where there's the juxtaposition of what he should be mad about and what he shouldn't be, and also that she's really big and scary and powerful, but Denji just shows up and he don't care. He's telling dumb jokes. What a character.
You know what type of joke this is, Kyle?
What is it?
This is a One Punch Man joke.
Is it?
Almost the exact joke has happened in a few times in One Punch Man, I feel. Definitely. Where Saitama will like kill someone for, or not kill, but like knock him out or whatever for doing something just very trivial, like stealing something or dining and dashing, for instance, or you know, stuff like that. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's great in this context as well.
I heard One Punch Man was supposed to be funny. I don't believe it, but I heard.
Oh, it is. It is. But, you know, except for Ricket Blind Wave or whatever, he thinks it's the worst thing ever. So
Does
we don't like him anymore. Yeah, he thinks it's terrible, and but he loves Mob Psycho. But he's like, One Punch Man, terrible.
Wait, they have the same. They have the same writer.
Yeah, one made both webcomics for One Punch Man and Mob Psycho. Yeah. But they're very different series.
I feel like I had forgotten that for like 3 years until I just mentioned it now. Like I feel like I definitely knew that in like 2016. Oh my god, that was like nearly 10 years ago.
I wonder what you would you've seen One Punch Man, right? The anime?
No, I haven't seen nothing.
Oh man, I wonder what you would think, because I feel like one is a very interesting author. He's a very subversive kind of author as well. I feel like it'd be similar to, maybe you'd think similar things to Fujimoto. It'd be interesting.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. One day. Mob Psycho's ugly. Saitama, what? I don't know. Mob is his name. His ugly fucking bowl cut means I'm never gonna read his fucking dumb manga. And Saitama's a dumb bald idiot.
Well, there's not even is there a manga for? I assume Mob's a manga. I don't know. One Punch Man's a webcomic, and there is a manga, but it's drawn by a different guy.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. But yeah, you know what I mean. This fucking nonsense. This anime.
Yes, of course. Mob Psycho is just the best looking anime of all time. But yeah, except for Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man looked pretty good, you know. Yeah. What an anime.
I remember Evangelion. Anyway. That looked pretty good, EliteAri.
Yeah, it's no Mob Psycho though, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have moving fucking little particle things and these cool little... yeah, that's pretty cool, bro. I love motion. How about a still fucking shot of a condom wrapper, fucking... What else is on that fucking table? Some sort of alcoholic drink, a pill, but it's not a pill. It's a fucking data chip to figure out what Nerve's doing. Now, that's a spoiler, EliteAri.
Oh, no.
Now, that's fucking anime. Haven't watched that film buff reaction yet. Got to do that after this. But anyway, we're on the last fucking page. Quit getting us off topic. It's bringing up Mob Psycho and etc. But then she cuts him in half. Then he screams. Then I think he's biting her to try and eat her. And she says, haha, this is the first time I've been on the menu. Funny again. Yeah. But she's also getting her head chopped off too. It seems like they're evenly matched, EliteAri. Can you imagine that? He's not even in his strong form.
Yep, it's great. I like how he's doing that beam attack with his little tendrils in his neck. It's great.
The fuck is going on here? So, oh, this one's his arm in the background. I thought his head had gone down the chainsaw. Do you get how I'm seeing this?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because I thought it was some sick new ability, but no, it's just his fucking arm over here. That'd be crazy. His fucking head comes off and he's still talking or something. You could see Denji doing that. And he's screaming. Yeah, I like that idea better. This fucking hack Fujimoto. But yeah, no, that one's through her fucking head. Okay, now I'm understanding the thing.
Wait. Now I'm a bit confused on what you're thinking here. So there's his body. he's got his right arm, right? You can see the chainsaw for the right arm.
Yes.
Like we see the entire thing, like it's all fully thing. And then he's got his head, which is being held by his right arm with his little handle.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't think he was held on it.
The head is in the thing's head.
I hadn't realized that this was his arm. I thought this was his head, and I just wasn't looking at it properly.
Okay. Like that's his neck or something?
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Like, because he has a chainsaw on his head, right? So I thought he had gone up that one, and that was the one that's over here.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's gonna come back and turn into her final form or something and fuck him up real quick, and then maybe he'll transform, and then Ice is gonna come and help, and Yoshida will be here. So you think it's even right now, EliteAri, but it's a little deceiving. It's just a cool end of chapter. Denji showed up, Lamau, the main character's back, everybody's cheering. Fuck guys,
yeah.
fuck
so next
guys,
time, the first page will just be like Denji in a pile of blood, like dying on the floor, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And she'll just be standing. Yeah.
So is he actually biting her? So what the fuck is she? Or did he just cut her head off? It doesn't look like he has anything in his mouth.
I think it works either way.
I guess just because he's like killing her, she could be on the menu, like he's gonna, or maybe she's like fearful that he'll bite her. How come she doesn't want Chainsaw Man, like the Darkness Devil? Remember that, EliteAri?
Yeah. I remember the Darkness Devil.
It was all pretty cool, but that's the end of the chapter. You got any notes or something? Oh my god, I looked at EliteAri. I looked. Now, nothing actually went wrong, but for a second, my heart sank because on OBS it has live and then it has recording, and I looked at live and it had 0000. I was like, oh my god.
Yep.
We've actually been going for 37 minutes, so we're doing fine.
Oh, look at us! What a chapter. I have like 5 notes and we probably cover them all. So the title was Apple Thief, and because she stole an apple, makes sense.
Yes. Evil bitch.
We talked about the it's impossible to kill her with any attack humanity currently possesses, time travel.
Yeah, but she doesn't know about chainsaws, bro. Dumbass. She's gonna get it.
Yeah, true.
She's gonna get it.
Yep. Whenever we see her use an ability, the sky goes dark. Talked about that. Yep. We very briefly talked about the all that remains is to make Asabitaka fall from the sky, fall whatever.
Yeah. I don't think we got anything more to say. We can't really speculate any further.
Yep. And then, Fake Chainsaw Man and the Justice Devil. One of these guys coming in. Who the hell is the Justice Devil? Why have they been surrounding Asa? Why has she interacted with 3 people who have had contracts with the Justice Devil so far? Like, what's happening?
I think the Justice Devil might be on the back burner initially.
No, I'm telling you, he's making us think it's on the back burner, but it'll be central to everything, and the Justice Devil will be like some big, I don't know, big something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be big something.
Maybe it'll be the
I just
gun
don't
devil
know if it's going to be related specifically to this bitch.
I think it all ties together as to why Asa is important.
Yeah, because every time she's not like, I'm going to get Yoru back by killing this Isa bitch. It's just Isa specifically. How could Isa be important?
Well,
maybe we're going all the way with this meme that she's actually the most special person ever special, and then it'll be good because he's going all the way with it instead of me complaining.
It'd be interesting if in part 1 Denji was important because Chainsaw Man is more important than we realize, right?
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Maybe in this case,
what a thing.
Wait, what do you mean? The other way around is
well, like Isa is the important one, and nobody cares about Yoru. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
And then Denji and Yoru are in love, but Chainsaw Man and Isa are in love. But Chainsaw Man isn't really like a separate. Pochita and Isa are in love. Oh, what a crazy! And they get to have fornication, but they have to switch out. I swear I've seen that in something, and for whatever reason, I think it's like a Simpsons episode.
Jesus.
But it's probably not. But yeah, that'd be crazy. Oh, I think it's a Family Guy
Remember that
joke.
time Quan Chi had sex with all the fiends? It was crazy.
Yeah, they were having lesbian orgies. It was what a time.
Yeah.
Remember when Peter Griffin has like a little Peter Griffin grow out of his neck? Or something. No, it's also an Eric Cartman joke. South Park and Family Guy did the same joke. Those two don't like each other. But Eric Cartman's hand is Lindsay Lohan, and she gives Brad Pitt. Who the fuck is dating Lindsay Lohan? A hand job, but it's actually a blow job because it's like his mouth is on his hand because it's a little fake hand thing. It's funny, EliteAri. But Cartman doesn't consent to the sexual encounter is the point here, and this connects to our Denji and Isa thing. What a great reference.
Isn't that like Power or something? Power is the character. I don't know.
Huh?
Cartman is like everyone says that's Power or
Oh
something. Or am I
yes,
thinking of
yes,
some wrestler thing? I
that's
don't
the
know.
one. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? But yes, yes,
Yeah.
Power is based on Cartman Lamau, even though is she? Um,
I have no idea. I don't know who Cartman is. It's South Park, I'm
gotta watch some
assuming.
fucking South
Right?
Park. We're gonna watch the South Park movie on movie night. That'll be your introduction.
Oh god, that might be something I'll reject. I don't know. South Park just looks unappealing. Maybe how like Mob Psycho is unappealing to you.
You
South
don't
Park, I
like
just
the
can't.
little
Looking at it, I'm like,
that looks like
Jesus.
paper EliteAri?
No, I don't like it.
Oh my goodness.
It's
But
like when I started Rick and Morty, and I was like, I can't watch this. The eyes, the little pupils are just not. They're not circular. They're like atoms. I don't like it. I hate it.
yeah.
Turn me off.
I
Maybe
think I
stop for like a
saw
year.
half an episode of Rick and Morty one time.
I love Rick and Morty, by the way, so don't you dare say anything bad about it.
It looks
But that put
ugly.
me
It
off initially
seems,
for like a whole
it
year.
seems like the layer one thing of the oh so random humor we were making fun of Chainsaw Man for not being. That's what my
Right.
perception of Rick and Morty is, with no experience with it.
Yep. Mine is it's good show.
Mob Psycho
And you're all
sucks too.
idiots if you think it gets worse and then gets better. If you thought the latest season of Rick and Morty was like a big step up from the last season, I think you're a fool, all right? I think you're just playing along with what everyone thinks because everyone, the big circle jerk became that last season, oh, this one is actually really bad, even though it was like pretty much the same as the last one. Now this time, because there was like these minor things that were different, everyone's like, oh, there's a big step up from last season, but it wasn't. It was the same, and you're all fools, all right? If you thought that, but anyway.
Maybe
My
you're
big
just a
rant. There
contrarian,
you
EliteAri. You ever think about that?
go. Yeah, maybe true. Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, Chainsaw Man. We were doing your notes. That's what we were doing.
Oh
Or was
yeah.
that the last one?
No, that was all my notes. Just the Justice Devil.
What was the one before it? I thought I had something to say about that one.
Fake Chainsaw Man, Asamitaka falling,
Oh
and
yeah,
the
I think
dish
it was
being
the
complete.
ISA one. Yeah, I think we covered it though. I hate speculation. It's the worst, and I don't even know if we can do much. So are we done, Alina?
Yoru backstory. Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, at some point we got to get this fucking Yoru backstory. Huh? It'll be fun. We're gonna see a cool shot of pre-Denji Chainsaw Man fighting all the four. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be like when you get the Skull Knight backstory and you only see a glimpse of it for a second. It's like one shot. And it's all the old goddamn members, and they just stand there, and it's really fucking cool.
That was one of the greatest moments of all time. Yeah, I agree.
Oh my goodness! I think we had a Discord by the time that came out. Wait, no, Mira died in 2021,
Huh?
right? Because I feel like
I don't think I hadn't read Berserk when that came out.
really, holy fuck.
Yeah,
That's so new.
when I yeah.
Because I remember
He died while I was
specifically
reading
Miller DMing. It must have been on Twitter then, but Miller DMing me, best Berserk chapter in years, bro. And for some reason, I figured it out immediately exactly what it was going to be. And I don't, because I wonder if the chapter before it preempted that. I think Skull Knight might have just appeared in the last page, but I was like, oh, it has to be Skull Knight backstory. We're gonna see fucking Void, bro. And it was that.
Yeah.
So we had a YouTube channel and we were already streaming and stuff when that fucking chapter came out. I think that's it. No, that's the
Crazy.
second last Mura chapter. The last one is the big Star Wars joke one, which is funny and cute. Well, technically, that was the last one that came out while he was alive, and then that other one came out after he died. That was with the Griffith cliffhanger crying. Berserk. How the fuck did that come up? Chainsaw Man author Fujimoto is not dead yet. Not yet, Toledo. Wait until I get to him, and then we'll see the last. What am I even mad at him for? What am I killing him for in this hypothetical?
I don't know. I thought you loved him.
Making Isa the fucking main character. I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, making the best
Get it? 'Cause
character
they
of
go
all
to hell.
time, man.
Yeah, bring back Denji. Shake my head. But yes, all right. I'm gonna kill Fujimoto apparently. But good chapter. We'll be back next week apparently. For me, for EliteAri, we say goodbye now. Support links in the description below. Thanks. You didn't hear it, EliteAri.
Thanks.